It's one of the most common thyroid disorders in America, but it has a strange name. According to Hopkins Medicine, some 14 million people are affected by the disease in this country alone. Hashimoto's Thyroiditis Awareness Month happens during April, and to learn more about this disorder, we are live with local endocrinologist Dr. Malini Gupta. Good morning, Dr. Gupta. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Kanji. Thank you for having me today.
I was interested to talk with you about the symptoms because I think that kind of leads people into knowing if this is something they should care about.
Yes, Hashimoto's is a autoimmune thyroid disease that was named after a Japanese physician, Hashimoto's. It has many symptoms that are very subtle, but are very important to know about. Feeling fatigued, some weight gain, early graying of your hair, coarse hair, dry nails, dry skin, having a lot of constipation, sometimes burning in your hands or your feet because it's often associated with B12 deficiency, a slow heart rate, feeling very swollen or having a lot of edema. These are some of the big main issues. For women, you can have menstrual changes in your cycles, heavy cycles, and impaired pregnancy.
Wow. So if you could explain who is most at risk to have Hashimoto's?
So it's really important to know that Hashimoto's is on a spectrum of autoimmune thyroid disease. So anybody who has an autoimmune issue already, like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, or anyone who has these issues in their family, from eczema, psoriasis, Crohn's disease, they're at greater risk for having Hashimoto's thyroiditis. People who have family members who have these issues should be aware of these symptoms of Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's is a more hypothyroid state, but we also have Graves' disease, which is on the other side of that spectrum, which is also an autoimmune disease. And you have stimulation of the body in its metabolism with the opposite symptoms. And some of those symptoms are what you start off with Hashimoto's. And these can be weight loss, jitteriness, shakiness, heart palpitations, difficulty sleeping, weight loss, and increased bowel movements. So it is important to know that you can present with either of those scenarios.
Okay, so it's kind of like the one that makes you chunky or the one that, so there's hypo and hyper. And are you saying Hashimoto's is hyper or hypo?
So actually, in Hashimoto's, some people present with a hyper phase.
Oh, okay.
So and then they gradually become hypo. So the hypo means they don't have enough thyroid function. Hyper means that they have overfunction, and it's really now in the same nomenclature of autoimmune thyroid disease.
Okay, fascinating. Okay, let's talk about what someone does if they've noticed, oh my goodness, every symptom she said, or some of them, I'm feeling them, and I need to know what my next step should be.
Well, the next step should definitely be seeing your healthcare provider so that they can do the right tests to screen for having this issue.
What are you looking for in those tests? Is it a blood test or urine? And then what should we pay attention to in the test?
Well, these are tests that are usually run by the primary care physician or your endocrinologist or your OBGYN. Most physicians will know how to screen for these using the blood work. There's a pituitary value called the thyroid stimulating hormone, and that tells the thyroid what to do. And that the thyroid hormone is made in the thyroid, which is located at the base of the neck.
And very fast, there are treatments out there? Really? Sorry.
There are a lot of treatments that are available.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, sorry, we ran out of time. I had so many questions. Dr. Malini Gupta, thank you so much. We put your information on this screen. We really appreciate you taking time to explain this.
Thank you so much for having me, Kanji.